Another day, another story. 7 ways to make $1 million. You're not as far as you think. It's not easy to make $1 million, but it's also not as hard as you think. After all, look at people like Mark Zuckerberg, who was only 19 years old when he co-founded Facebook and made $22 billion. So what can you do to make that kind of money? It's not easy to just walk in somewhere and start making millions. Instead, here are 7 ways to make $1 million that don't involve winning the lottery or getting very lucky in Vegas. 1. Decide you want to make $1 million. If you want to make $1 million, you're not as far as you think. Setting a goal is the first step. Decide what it would take for your life to be different if you made that money, like buying a house or starting a business, and commit to it. Then, set smaller goals and break them down into manageable chunks that get you closer to your goal of making $1 million. Plan how you are going to reach those goals. For example, how many hours per day are you going to work on this? How much are you going to save each month? Be patient with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day. It may take years before you reach your goal, but remember, every step gets you closer, so keep moving forward. 2. Start learning about money. It can be difficult to get started on the path to making $1 million, but it's not impossible. In fact, you may be closer than you think. Chances are, if you want to make $1 million or more, you just need to start learning about money. Here are 7 ways that might help get you started on your journey to $1 million. Number 1. Sign up for financial literacy courses. Number 2. Take an inventory of your skills and talents. Number 3. Set goals. Number 4. Get in the habit of saving money. Number 5. Practice patience. Number 6. Save more than 50% of your income for retirement. Number 7. Understand how credit cards work. Number 8. Don't buy what you can't afford. Number 9. Pay off debt as soon as possible. The truth is, even small savings add up over time and can eventually turn into millions. So stop putting it off and start living the life you've always wanted today by taking control of your finances. Number 1. Find a course through community colleges, banks, or nonprofits, or start teaching one yourself. Number 2. Use technology to learn all there is about personal finance. There are plenty of websites, apps, and social media pages devoted exclusively to this topic. Number 3. Start practicing smart budgeting by creating a realistic spending plan based on actual expenses. It'll take some trial and error. And if you find that you don't know where to begin, then consider signing up for Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University program, available online, which will teach participants basic principles of personal finance along with best practices. Or check out All You're Worth by Elizabeth Warren and Amelia Warren Tyagi, who provide research and advice on budgeting wisely. Finally, The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey is another great resource for understanding the basics of personal finance, including information about insurance, investments, and retirement. Remember that each of these steps takes time to master, so try starting with one at a time rather than trying to do everything at once. After you master each step, then move on to the next until you're ready to tackle all 12 together. Good luck! 3. Do things that are interesting, engaging, and fulfilling. If you want to make $1 million, you have to work hard and play your cards right. But not all options are equally lucrative. Sure, investing in the stock market will likely give you a substantial payoff with less effort than starting your own business, but what if you want a little more control over your future? Here are 7 ways to earn $1 million that won't leave you feeling like a cog in the machine. Number 1. Buy a franchise. Franchises offer an easy way for people to get started with their businesses without having to invest in equipment or inventory up front. If you're looking for something flexible that can provide both stability and growth opportunities, franchising might be just the thing for you. Number 2. Invest in real estate. If you've got at least $500,000 lying around and a high tolerance for risk, then buying property may be the perfect option for you. Owning your own home is usually a good long-term investment, especially when it comes to housing prices, so it's worth considering as well. Number 3. Become an online entrepreneur and sell digital products or services. The internet is full of opportunities for anyone willing to take some risks, from becoming an entrepreneur selling digital products, such as ebooks, or services, such as SEO consulting. These gigs often require minimal startup costs and offer huge potential payoffs once they start generating steady revenue streams. They also allow you to manage your time as you see fit since most of them are done remotely. Number 4. Become a business broker. If you love sales and negotiation and aren't afraid of putting in the hours, why not consider getting into real estate brokering instead? It's a profession that requires intense training and an impressive amount of on-the-job experience, but the rewards can be very satisfying indeed. Number 5. Work for yourself doing what you love. This may seem obvious, but we had to mention it. Earning money by doing things you love has never been easier thanks to platforms such as Etsy, Fiverr, and Skillshare. Whether you do freelance design work or write books about knitting on evenings after putting in a 9-to-5 shift somewhere else, there's always room for entrepreneurship these days. 4. Value your time. It's a scary thought to think about how much money is needed to make $1 million, but it's not as hard as you might think. The key is being able to value your time and figure out how to increase your hourly rate. Take these 6 easy steps and see how fast you can get there. 1. Start by figuring out what an hour of your time is worth right now. How much money are you making for every hour that you work? 2. Identify your strengths and skills that can be used in various ways to generate income from the hours that you have available in a day or week. For example, if you're good at writing blog posts, then perhaps you could charge people to write blog posts for them and sell advertising space on your website. 3. Figure out what your marketable skill set is worth in the current economy. This will help inform where and how you invest your time so that you can earn more per hour over time. In other words, it will help keep your rates up. 4. Build a business plan with specific objectives to reach certain milestones. These milestones will be based on the amount of money you want to earn per year so that when they happen, you know exactly when you'll reach $1 million in earnings. 5. Create a savings plan for all your future goals. This includes getting yourself into debt-free financial shape, saving for retirement, and paying off any existing debt before moving forward. 6. Create 2 separate budgets to save as much money as possible through spending less than you earn and put aside any extra income that comes your way by living below your means. 5. Get good at something people want. The 5th step to making $1 million is getting good at something people want. It sounds simple, but it's a big deal. If you don't have something people want, you won't be able to make any money even if you try your hardest. The best way to figure out what people want is to ask them and then give it to them. Here are some ideas for things that could be worth $1 million. Writing really great books, like J.K. Rowling, being the fastest runner in the world, like Usain Bolt, being an amazing athlete or performer, like Michael Jordan, a successful politician, like Donald Trump, coming up with a life-changing invention, like Steve Jobs. What other ways do you think one might be able to make $1 million? Maybe you already know how to make $1 million. How would this knowledge help you? Why not spend time coming up with a plan of action so that when the time comes, you'll be ready for it? For example, a talented artist may not earn millions of dollars every day. But being someone who knows how to paint murals may bring in thousands of dollars each year. Someone who knows how to build houses can work as a contractor and earn over $100,000 per year without depending on commissions from selling their artwork. Those who teach music lessons can also bring in 6 figures annually by teaching children who grow up into adults wanting private lessons from qualified teachers. So consider what skills you have now and where there are opportunities for those skills to bring in money. Having a plan before the opportunity presents itself will set you up for success. 6. Hustle harder than the competition. If you want to make more money than the competition, then you need to hustle harder than they do. The amount of time and effort you put into your business is what will determine how successful it becomes. So, buckle down and give it all that you've got. Your competitors are working hard as well, so keep them on their toes. And don't let up until you are at the top of your game, because nothing worth having ever comes easy. Don't be afraid of hard work. No one wants to work hard for a living, but there's no way around it if you want success. That's why many people never get very far in life, because they won't work themselves. It takes hours upon days for anything worthwhile to be accomplished, so if you think about it this way, it won't seem like such a bad idea anymore. You'll probably find yourself happy that you've been doing something productive with your day. Set goals for yourself. Setting goals is one thing, but achieving them? Now, that's another story. Remember that anything worth having doesn't come easy, and setting goals isn't an exception. Goals can help motivate us to push forward when we would otherwise give up without much thought or consideration. Sometimes we may feel as though our goal seems too lofty or impossible to reach, but with enough time and persistence, anything can happen. And besides, once you've achieved one goal, you're only halfway done. Keep setting new ones for yourself and go after them with everything that you have. Build relationships with others who are successful. I can say from personal experience that relationships are key to success in any career or field. When we surround ourselves with others who share the same passion, drive, and determination, it makes things easier. We have someone who understands where we come from and where we want to go, which gives us strength and motivation when times are tough. Pursue all opportunities without hesitation. Keep your eyes open at all times and always be prepared for opportunities to present themselves in front of you. Some people might say that this sounds too good to be true, but I assure you, it's not. 7. Work on a better lifestyle than the rich kids down the street. The rich kids down the street have a better lifestyle than you. They live in big houses, drive expensive cars, and go on extravagant vacations. But how does this make them any different from you? It's not where you live or what car you drive that makes you rich, it's how much money is in your bank account. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and we can all make more money by working harder, even if we are already working hard. There are plenty of ways to earn $1 million that don't involve being born with the right family name or winning the lottery. What else would be considered as making $1 million? Let's take a look at some of these methods now. 1. Invest in cryptocurrency. 2. Start an e-commerce website. 3. Create an app. 4. Become a freelance writer. 5. Do consult work for high-end clients. 6. Be smart about taxes. 7. Get a side hustle. 8. Start a blog. 9. Build an online course. There are many other methods to make $1 million too. If you want to get paid like the richest people in the world do, it takes dedication and sacrifice.